Hey, what is going on YouTube? My name is James and welcome back to another video. Today we're actually going to be reviewing this HMT Janata. Real quickly, I just want to say if I sound a bit weird, it's because I have a cold right now. Excuse any sniffling and stuff like that. Also, my hair looks really weird because I'm actually trying to grow it out. So right now it's just being styled all weird. Please forgive that as well. Quick wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my Seconda, which you may have seen in the unboxing. I've decided to keep this watch. I've actually put it on a light brown suede, which matches the face beautifully. Anyway, a review of this will be coming soon, but today we're going to be reviewing this HMT Janata. There's not a crazy amount of information on these watches, so I'll be doing my best to provide the most accurate information and also then getting into sort of my opinions like we always do these reviews. But anyway, let's switch perspectives and get into it. So here is the HMT Janata close up. There's a few variations of this watch. Right here I have the Hindi numeral version. All the numerals are in Hindi and also the writing on the dial was in Hindi. But I had someone inform me that this is a Janata. So a quick brief history of HMT, because I'm sure a lot of people probably haven't heard of them or have just seen these around on eBay a lot and thought, what is HMT? So HMT stands for Hindustan Machine Tool and is owned by the Indian government. It started in 1953. The first watch was produced in 1962 and they actually had a collab with Citizen in 1961. So essentially the workers of HMT were sent over to Japan to work in the Citizen warehouses in 1961 to learn that way. A lot, well not a lot, but some of the Citizen has sort of rubbed off on them, such as this movement inside the watch. Unfortunately I can't get this case back off to show you, but the movement in here is the HMT 0231. Which is literally based off the Citizen 0201 movement, which is a very, very good caliber. It works incredibly well. It's a manual wind movement. That's one thing I've noticed no problems with at all. The movement, the accuracy is fine. It's pretty incredible. Now this cost me £7.35 off eBay, including postage and packaging. So it only cost me a £5, not including postage and packaging, which is a pretty damn good deal when you think about a stainless steel watch. But yeah, let's get the dimensions out of the way real quick. The case width, we are looking at around a 35 millimeters. Lug to lug, we're looking at around 42.5 millimeters. The lug width, we're looking at 18 millimeters. And then the case thickness, we are looking at around 10.5 millimeters. So nothing substantial, nothing crazy. As you can see, it does have a domed crystal right there, which is pretty cool. It's mineral glass. It's obviously not sapphire. Okay, so let's get into things. On the back, let me see if I can get this in focus for you guys. Okay, right there. I was fiddling around with that for ages. As you can see on the back, it says 220767. Now I thought that was the exact date of when this was made. But in actual fact, the number 22 apparently stands for the factory it was made in, factory 22. 07 stands for the case used, and 67 is apparently the year of manufacture. But I find that very, very difficult to believe when you look at the quality of the dial. Like, it is literally really, really clean. But what you may notice is the hands and the loom on the hands have got a bit of sort of wear, a bit of patina. The case itself is in immaculate condition pretty much, and the bracelet as well is in immaculate condition. So I find it very difficult to believe this was made in the year 67, but hey, if that's what it means, maybe a different case back was put on, maybe this one was sent back to HMT or something. I really don't have a clue. I believe this is quite a much newer watch. So that is the basic facts out of the way. Like I said, it's using the HMT caliber 0231, which is literally apparently just a reskin of the Citizen 0201, which is a very good and reliable hand winding movement. So let's get more into the opinions of this watch. As you can see, it is a very polished case, very, very polished. In fact, you can actually see pretty much everything off of it, to the point where it doesn't really look like stainless steel. It looks more like one of those plastic coatings. It's very brushed on the side, on both sides actually. The crown is very polished as well, and the bracelet is something else completely. I don't even know how to explain this. So I'm not even sure this is stainless steel. It feels more like a plastic coated sort of bracelet. It is absolutely horrendous. And the worst part is, if you can see in there, it's got the opening where you can obviously get your tool in there and take this off. I was at this for probably an hour trying to take the bracelet off, and I shit you not, I think it is actually drilled in. I think this is literally drilled into the lugs, because I could not get this off for the life of me, no matter what tool I used, no matter the force I used, no matter how I did it. Honestly, I just couldn't open this freaking the bracelet to get it off. So when it came to removing a link, which was impossible because I just couldn't do it, I instead had to move this right up. As you can see right here, this has moved up so many links, so that sticks out now when you wear it, but that's so it fits my wrist. This clasp is goddamn awful. It's Is that even attached? Yeah, but it's just awful. It's a really cheap, crappy clasp. I don't think it's curved enough to fit the watch properly, so when it clasps over, there's like a big gap. Like, yeah, it's not very well made at all. Let me show you a wrist shot real quick. So there we go. There you can see it on my wrist. As you can see, it is very low profile, very thin. The bracelet does fit quite nicely. The watch itself, for a 35mm, wears pretty decently. You know, it's nothing crazy. It doesn't look tiny. It doesn't look large. It's kind of just a normal, regular looking watch. Now that the bracelet is out of the way, let's move on to the dial, which is the most interesting thing in my opinion, and makes this watch actually worth the $5 you're going to pay for it pretty much on eBay. The dial is this very unusual white. It's very white. It's like crystal white. The numbers are Hindi, and I think they look really cool. And obviously the writing on the dial is also Hindi. Now, I don't have a clue what it says, but I think it just looks really unique. It looks really cool. The numbers just look awesome. I think they look awesome anyway. And I just think all around this dial is very different. You won't really see anything like this out there walking the streets of England or America or Germany or somewhere like that. It's a very unique dial, and I think it would definitely get a lot of questions being asked. And with it being HMT, a lot of people don't know about HMT, and they'd probably shrug it off as a bad watch. In all honesty, the build quality is pretty damn awful. I'm not gonna lie. If you can figure out a way to get this bracelet off and put your own strap on maybe or something like that, I think this could actually serve as a pretty decent watch, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's using a reskinned Citizen 0201 movement in here, and that is a brilliant movement. It will serve you well. It will not lose or gain a crap ton load of time over time. It seems pretty damn reliable. It's pretty accurate. And at the end of the day, I like the face. I think that looks really unique and really different. And it's something you can look at, you know, on your wrist, and you can just admire. Well, I'm sure if you speak or if you read Hindi, it's not as amazing as for someone who doesn't, but I think it looks really cool, and I really like that design. But yeah, like I said, it's just a true shame about this sort of case. It feels very cheap. The glass, the domed crystal will just pick up scratches and fingerprints like nothing. Luckily I haven't scratched it yet, but that's because I haven't really wore this, because I just really despise this bracelet. It just doesn't feel very good. There's been a few times where I've caught my skin in this, like it pinches. It's not a very nice bracelet at all. And if HMT put a bit more time into maybe designing their cases a bit better, so it's not so generic, just very high polished and that's it. You know, if they added a bit more brushed into there. I know they did on the sides, but I mean, you know, switch it up a little bit and maybe give us a bit of a different bracelet as well. But then at the end of the day, I don't know how much these go for retail, because I couldn't really find anywhere that sell them. On eBay, going for a $5, I don't see how you can complain for that price. So if you see one of these on eBay and you've got a bit of spare cash and you just sort of wanted a fun watch to try out and move on from, get this one, have a little go. It's a good little watch. At the end of the day, like I said, for a $5, you're getting a manual winding watch with a pretty good movement in, that looks nice and is unique, but has a shit bracelet. Overall rating out of 10, I'd probably give this watch a good 5. I know it seems really bad, but at the end of the day, there's too much wrong with this watch to make it right. Let me switch perspectives real quick. Okay, so there you go, guys. Really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like and a comment, and don't forget to suggest some topics for It's Kibble Talks watches. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. And by the way, if you see a couple more videos where I'm wearing the same clothes and look the same, it's because I don't get to use this camera very often, because at the end of the day, it isn't mine. Huge thank you to Asia and Ahmed for letting me use their camera, the Canon 70D. It's awesome, but obviously it's not mine, so I can't just keep using it. So when I get it, I make the most of it and record quite a few videos in one go. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed the review of this HMT. Like I said, it's a fun little unique watch. If you're looking for something just to have fun with, I'd advise getting this. Sorry, it didn't focus at all there. Other than that, I'd probably stay away. They don't seem very good, but apparently their newer watches are really good, so I might have to get in one of them to review. But yeah, let me know what you think. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Take care. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.